Remember, I told you that you can find these two same sounds that I'm about to record on the video with the CH versus the SH. But that video is rather long. So instead of having you to go through all these different sounds, I'm going to separate the sound, the CH versus the DZ. The DZ sound is sort of like it's the letter J, and the soft G, and the CH versus the S. So let's start. Let's start here. So we're going to start. This is the CH versus the, well, phonetically, it's the DZ. Letter-wise, it's the J or the soft G sound. Chain, Jane. I mean, it's not that hard to distinguish. Cheer, cheer, but it has its moments. Chill, chill. Choke, joke, but I could see how someone could mix it up because I'm feeling it where I'm pronouncing it in my mouth. Choke, and then joke, choke, joke. Yeah. Chunk, chunk, junk. Etch, edge. Now you see it's the G here, but the G in this case has the same sound as the J. It's called a soft G. But don't make the mistake thinking that the G, when it always was followed by the E or the I, as in gin, it's always soft. It isn't. I can give you some important words when the G is followed by the E, such as get, and it's hard. The G followed by the I, such as give, and it's hard. There's really no hard and fast rule in English. Maybe the majority. I haven't really done the examination. Maybe I should do a list of the G when it's J and the G when it's G. But I can tell you they're very important words in which you would think the G would be soft and it's hard. Lunch, lunge. I can see, because I'm feeling how this being pronounced in my mouth, how someone who's not used to the English language would not be able to distinguish the two words. They probably could hear it, but they wouldn't be able to do it in their mouth. Because your mouth and that part of your face looks different depending on what language you speak. A lot of times, this is not always. I can tell a Black person if they're an English speaker or not by their mouth, especially if they maybe speak Spanish versus speak English. I don't know what it is. It's the way that their mouth is formed. I can tell. And sometimes probably I don't know because I've not. Sometimes I hear them speak and I go, oh, I'm right. But sometimes I never hear them speak, so I don't know. But there's something, the way you speak determines how your mouth forms. I've seen Black Chinese, but they don't look like they are half Black and half Chinese, but they just look Black. Black. Their mouth is different. Their mouth is different. It's weird. Batch, badge. Search, surge. And now we're looking at the CH versus the S. charm, some, nah. Because that R doesn't sound like an L. That's not too hard. Just the PS is, the P is silent. Hitch, hiss, chide, side, cheese, sees, peach, peace, peach, peace. Those two are homophones. The P-I-E-C-E and the P-E-A-C-E. Choke, soak, chum, some, S-U-M, chum, some, S-O-M-E, homophones. Chad, sad, seas, cheese, sane, chain, stretch, stress. This could be challenging. If your mouth is not accustomed to making these sounds, it can be challenging. I think you would hear the difference, but I'm not even sure. But definitely to make the sounds would be challenging. Twitch, twist, chili, silly, cheek, seek, latch, lass, perch, purse. I think that those two words would be very challenging to say because I find them a touch challenging. Once I get into saying the word, once my mouth begins to form, I can. But there's certain words which I say to myself, I'm not going to be able to say correctly. I say that to myself in my head. Coached, coast, beached, beast. I can see what that can be challenging. The ED and the T, yeah. And then that CH and that S, Okay, so we were looking at the sounds. Let me see, the CH versus the DZ. That DZ is the phonetic sound for the J or the soft G, and the CH versus the S. These sounds can be challenging. Maybe not so much to hear. You could maybe at the last millisecond, you could make the distinction. But I think to say, it could be challenging. It can be challenging. So, like I said, all of the sounds in this video, which has the CH versus that J sound, phonetically is DZ, and the CH versus the S, and the video before it, the S versus the SH, and the Z versus the CH. All of that is together in the video with the CH versus the SH. But as I said, it's a very, very long video. So I decided to separate those four sounds, just in case you don't feel like going through a video that's really long. So this is Coralla Ficklin McLean at Welcome, WYLCONE, WYLCONE.com. Thank you for listening to my video. I hope it's of help, especially if you're an English teacher and you're trying to teach your students English pronunciation. I think it's something that's very important It's very important to learn English pronunciation. And I think, well, when I was a kid, they taught this stuff, and they taught, although I don't remember. Yes, I do. I remember them saying the way you speak and the way you pronounce the word and the word that you see on the page, they are not pronounced the same. Sometimes a nun would say to me, I went to a nun school, pronounce what you see, but that was very rare, very, very, very rare. Especially if you're talking about common words, especially talking about when you're very young, like in kindergarten, the first and second grade, you don't pronounce what you see. Sight words, that's why they're called sight words. You don't pronounce what you see. A sight word is a word that you must memorize. And I remember memorizing those words and trying to memorize how you spell the, and how you spell can, and how you spell she, and how you spell he. I remember. And it wasn't easy. And I was a little girl at the time. So thank you for visiting my video, for watching my video, for visiting my site. And please subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.